The biggest comic crossover of the year is here. Hey Internet, I'm Chris, and this is a place on the internet where I talk about comics, movies, games, and things I'm generally passionate about. So, IDW has dropped their Naruto X TMNT crossover, or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles X Naruto, depending which character is your favorite or which world is your favorite. You could kind of put who gets top billing. Because IDW publishes Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they get the top billing on the book. But I'd assume a lot of the people that are actually picking up this book probably are bigger fans of Naruto. And the reason I call it the biggest crossover of the year, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is kind of having a moment. This year, Jason Aaron relaunched the title to great success. It sold over 300,000 copies, making it the second biggest book of the year because Absolute Batman blew that out of the water. And yeah, it's Absolute Batman. So I like to think that Batman beats Ninja Turtles every time, but hey, whatever floats your boat. So yeah, it was when this was announced, it was previewed with their cover, and it was by Jorge Jimenez, which got a lot of people excited, including myself. When he posted that, I was a little disappointed to find out that he wasn't drawing the book, but he's a busy man at DC. He's exclusive, and he draws the interiors of Batman, which comes out monthly and that sometimes comes out weekly. So disappointing, but I have to say, reading the book, art is by Henry Prasala. I've never seen their work before, but I think it does a good job of not being one of those books where you open the cover and see a different artist and you're like, I'm gonna close this immediately. And then you have Caleb Gallner who's writing it, and it's an interesting premise because you have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Naruto. Yes, you're dealing with ninjas and that world, but they're completely different. And I was thinking there would be more of a traditional crossover where you had the worlds kind of collide or sort of like a split in the universe or the multiverse. This crossover has Team Seven sort of in April O'Neil is sort of the main character in this first book because she's seeking out some information. But this is a world where they both exist or coexist, and I find that really interesting because, again, with most crossovers, you see it sort of sometimes the worlds are similar enough where it makes sense, but in this it seems like they're building a new canon for this crossover, and the worlds are similar. So you have, Team 7 look over in New York, and I was like, wait, is this kind of like a world kind of colliding thing? But actually it's the same world. The April seeking Team 7 out, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura, and the gang, and you see her seeking them out for information because Baxter Stockman is creating a army of mutant ninjas, and he wants to control them. And then the Foot Clan gets involved, and when they get involved, it's never anything good. And that's when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles jump in, and then we see a great fight between them, Team 7, which is exactly what we paid for this book for and what we're all waiting for. And for me, growing up, I was more of a Dragon Ball Z kid versus Naruto. I was never Naruto running through the halls of my school, or wearing the headband like some of my friends. But I think for me, as someone that's getting older and has a young son, I love to see these crossovers because I think they get people excited to get in the comic shop. I remember during the pandemic when things were slowly opening up, when DC Comics had their crossover with Fortnite, and they had those cool skins that were attached to the book where you get the code. At my old shop, Royal Collectibles in Astoria, like, their phone was ringing off the hook for that book. And these are the kind of things, like I said, when it comes to the biggest crossover of the year, that's why I'm saying it, just because anime manga is in zeitgeist. And this is kind of like a crossover, I think, where young people will really like it, and then also people my age that grew up. I'm a 90s kid, so Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, hey, that's my generation. Naruto, my generation. Obviously, kids these days, they get into manga and anime, and Naruto is still incredibly popular. If you go to New York Comic Con every year or Anime NYC, still that brand commands a crazy presence in space, and then you see so many young people cosplaying as characters from Naruto. And I think this is a great, like, hey, like, if you're going into a shop and you want to recommend something to your someone that reads manga or watches a lot of anime, this is the perfect book. And I think it's a great crossover. It's fun. I love the April design. Like, she looks gorgeous in this, and I think that's cool. And then also sort of like the fighting styles of the turtles, how they go up against characters like Sasuke and Naruto, and seeing that. And then also Splinter, like, it's clear that he has a history with Kakashi, which is really interesting, and I wonder how that's going to be explored. And if the Foot Clan's around, I wonder what Shredder looks like and what his history in this world is. So yeah, it's a fun crossover in the vein of something like Godzilla versus Kong versus Justice League, which I think was also huge this year, and we're getting a sequel to that. So hopefully this is as successful and we see more of it, and then possibly other publishers will jump in on characters and maybe properties. Like, I would love to see a Teen Titans and My Hero Academia crossover. That would, I think, sell out like crazy and do wonderful things for the brand of Teen Titans that is outside of the Teen Titans Go animated series. But yeah, what did you think? Did you pick up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles X Naruto? Let me know. What did you think? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you say like, hey, this is a soulless cash grab? Or did you think it was interesting? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace.